What is up, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of 5 cool mods for Skyrim Special Edition. This is a series where I show you guys some of the coolest and just most interesting mods to come out for Skyrim Special Edition each and every week. We've been getting a ton of new releases lately, so the series is becoming more and more important to help you guys kind of get through them all. It's not a bad thing, definitely a good problem to have, but a problem nonetheless. We definitely have a pretty interesting roundup. I actually am really happy with the list of mods I did compile this week. I think it just kind of covers all the bases pretty well. With that being said, let's get right into it. So the first mod I do want to show you guys is like kind of the third of the big three as far as weather mods go. So of course I showed you True Storms, I showed you Vivid Weathers, and today I'm showing you Climates of Tamriel. So it's kind of the same style and theme as the two other weather mods, just changing things a little bit differently. It does kind of change how God rays work a little bit, as well as obviously adding in a lot of different weathers. It has new thunder and rain sounds, and of course tons of new weather variations. So like when you have a clear sky, there'll be different variants of clear skies, like 10 different variants of when it's cloudy, etc, etc. It also adds in a lens flare effect, and I feel like out of the three, this one is definitely the most performance friendly. Personally, I don't see a huge drop on any of them just because of the way the weather mods work, and Skyrim Remastered is obviously very optimized, but it's been known in the past that Climates of Tamriel is the least performance heavy, while Vivid Weathers, although I think it makes your game look the best, is the most performance heavy. So if you're on consoles, I would definitely recommend downloading this one if you are having some different performance losses or something like that. All around though, I think all three of these are very good weather mods. I should have a video coming out kind of discussing the differences and which ones I think would be best fit for you. Nonetheless, for the time being, Climates of Tamriel is definitely worth checking out, even if you just try it out for a day. So up next we do have the Breezehome. Basically this is an overhaul mod by Eleonora. She has had many different mods like this. A lot of them actually add in new things, but some of them are overhauls, such as this one. So if you don't know, Breezehome is a home inside of Whiterun. Basically it's one of the purchasable homes in Skyrim for the player, so you could set up a house there and use hearth and all that. Regardless, this is basically overhauling it. First and foremost, obviously aesthetically from the outside it looks much more better, but I don't think that's actually important because, well, you shouldn't be spending too much time looking at the outside of your home. On the inside, I think it just really enhances the home overall. First and foremost, as you walk through, you'll definitely find that it just looks like it's more filled. It looks like someone's living there and there's stuff around, and I just think it looks a lot prettier and better. All this is very high quality and the texture fidelity here is top notch. On top of that, a feature I really like is it actually puts in little armor slots and kind of just places for all the legendary unique weapons in Skyrim. So that cool sword you got after killing that dragon, there's going to be a spot for that. Some of the different masks, etc, etc, all that will have a spot in your home, as well as there's just general storage areas and different crafting. It definitely is a big enhancement to the Breezehome, especially if you're already living there. My one major gripe with this is it's actually not compatible with open cities. So if you are using that mod, definitely worth disabling it if you do want to install this one. So up next we have the Scarlet Vengeance. So this is another mod by Corval Howlo. I don't know how to pronounce his name. Regardless, he actually makes a bunch of different weapon mods for Skyrim and some other weapon mods, but all of them are really high quality. I've showed a lot of them before. This is actually the guy behind the Knights of Akatosh. So for some reference, I think that's like one of the highest quality armors. Regardless, again, this is a pretty cool and interesting mod. It's a little bit different than some of the vanilla swords in Skyrim. As you can see, it has that red effect to it, it almost looks like a giant like crystal. Like it reminds me of ruby or sapphire or something like that, except carved into a sword. To actually make this, you do need to use a human heart, so it's definitely a pretty late game weapon under the Daedric menu. Regardless, again, the reason I download this guy's mods is because it's something that's balanced and of course looks very good. I just think everything about this sword is pretty much top notch. The quality again is absolutely there, and I think just using a nice weapon mod that is much higher quality than the vanilla weapons just really enhances your game. It makes you give a unique feel, and all around I just think it looks much prettier. So up next we have the Bezoar Guts armor. So I'm pretty sure this is just the Guts armor, but it's from a series of anime called Berserk. I know nothing about anime or this particular series, so you're gonna have to fill me in the comments down below, which I'm sure you will. Regardless, I actually think the armor in Skyrim does look very good and actually fits into the game really well. It almost doesn't look like it is a mod at all. It almost feels like it's just something down like the assassin line. One little feature of this I do really like is the left hand. So that of course is gonna kind of be like a mechanical or steel hand. It looks like whoever had this armor in the anime did lose his arm, and now you do have this mechanical replacement. All around it does look very cool. You have all those throwing knives on you, as well as a few daggers on your little hip there, but again, I just feel like this fits into Skyrim very well. It does come with this cape included, so that is also an added bonus, and the armor itself is just pretty high quality. I really like the look of this. This is probably my favorite armor mod I've downloaded thus far, especially if you don't want to look like a knight. You want your armor to have some personality. If you're a fan of the Berserk series, I'm sure this is a huge bonus for you. All around a pretty cool armor mod. mod. I actually really like the look of this again, as well as it's actually pretty high quality, so big props to the mod author for that. So last but not least, we have the Scarlet. Basically, it's going to add in a buildable ship into Skyrim. So first and foremost, you're going to have to start the 2 quests to get this. The first one is actually the main quest where you have to go and get the ship, the Scarlet. Basically, you're going to find a little note. You're going to have to go travel to this cavern and kill a bunch of pirates there that seem to have captured your once prized possession, the Scarlet. Then once you kill the pirate captain, you do get access to your ship, and well, then there you go. You have a ship that is fully available to you. So the reason I actually really like this mod more so than some of the other kind of ship mods out there is it actually does have a fully integrated kind of building system with the ship, so you can improve these different systems on the ship, including adding guards. You could add little shacks to it, a tavern, a trader shop, a blacksmith shop, etc, etc. Basically, you're gonna have to do either a little quest, or there's actually going to be kind of a little just crafting system involved where you'll have to get various pieces to craft different things, and you could slowly build up your ship to make it a very great ship. On top of that, it actually gives you a kind of income system, so as you build up some of these different shops, you'll actually start generating income and money from them, giving you a lot of incentive to make your ship kind of a beefier ship, not just something to travel around on, although you do also have that option to fast travel to all the major cities in the game. All around, it's a very cool mod, definitely a more unique way of fast traveling than some of the other mods out there right now, and I think a pretty cool mod all around, although I do have kind of a soft spot for pirates, so maybe that's just me. That's gonna pretty much wrap it up for this one though, guys. I do hope you enjoyed another episode of Skyrim 5 cool mods. We've been getting a ton of cool releases, but I know of a few mods, cough cough immersive armors, cough cough, that should be coming out in the next few days, so look forward to a video on that as well. See you all next time. Later.